What's up, boys and girls? It's your boy TeKRaJ, and I'm back with another player review. And this time it's for a card that, number one, led me to a lot of weekend league success this weekend. I was able to get 17 wins. I went 17-3, but then I had 5 disconnects, so that was a shame. But this card was definitely a pleasant surprise. I got it for free because I did the MUT Superstar solos. If you haven't done them, you should definitely do them. To be honest with you, I've been a little too focused with speed as of late, so this wasn't really a card that I considered. But it has 87 speed, so I don't know what I was thinking. When you look at the other stats are pretty favorable. It is an 89 overall card. I'd put this as probably the number 3 best receiver out in MUT right now, next to Jerry Rice and then Marvin Harrison. However, I say all that without having powered up this card. You know, the MUT Superstar cards automatically have abilities on them, and it automatically has X factors, so I did activate them for the purposes of this video. But when it comes to powering up a card, especially a card that already had an expensive player like Odell Beckham Jr., you have to ask yourself, is this going to be a card that's going to be on your squad long term? Because if you have the coins to blow, it doesn't matter. But look at this whenever we compare it against other cards. I have the powered up Marvin Harrison, and look how it stands up to that one. Now I have the 90 overall Torrey Holt, and look at the comparison there with, comparing it to the legend Jerry Rice card. You see the Jerry Rice card has more catching traffic, short route running, medium route running. Here you see what he comes up with. Rack him up is a big one. Also, streak specialists, slot specialists are big ones. And when I start reviewing these cards, I'm going to review them for, hey, can he hit the routes that I'm usually hitting? Corner routes are overpowered. And what I wanted to show you here is not only does he have the speed and route running to hit that route, but he also has the agility to catch it on the sideline and able to break it upfield. Now, even when people were using this route, you're not going to be able to catch up. So, of course, those other ones are obvious, but in the corner of the end zone right here, check this out. Look at that. That's going to be the theme for this video that I want to show you. The animations you get with these cards are godly. Whether it's contested, whether it's on the sideline, not only are you going to get the animation to either catch it on the sideline or his rack catching animations are amazing. Right here, slightly different route. As you can see, you caught it. Boom, no problem with me taking it upfield. Now, one of the things I wish I could have showed you more was more of his jukes, because those were pretty OP. But even whether it be like in man coverage, you contest like this, I had probably 2 drops with this card. But it was after just getting laid out with a hit stick. Now, let's discuss the speed, because that was a big one for me. At 87 speed, there's rarely any DBs out there, or even linebackers, that are going to be able to keep up. Right here, you see that this is against Mel Blount, and this was a powered up Mel Blount that my opponent had. And he pretty much held his own. Granted, that route is pretty godly, but tell me about this. Even if somebody keeps up, or even if there's a zone that's going to carry him, I got so many animations like this. I got an animation like that to win the game. Right here, talking about that speed again, torching pretty much everybody that was there. That was Ken Houston, who had angle. Granted, yeah, I get it, but he's not going to be Tyreek Hill. He's not going to be even Marvin Harrison in terms of that, but 87 speed is more than enough. But the route running was always crisp. Always crisp. And it was one of my favorite things with this card, was no matter what route I needed, especially if I was going up against somebody who had pretty good man corners, he was great. And this is what I meant. I wish I could have showed you more Jukes. Doing that up and down the field is not an issue with him. Of course, I tend to stay away from juking because I'm so worried about fumbling. But if you have any kind of stick skill, this is the guy for you. Now, the great thing is, if you run him in the slot, let's say you have those other 2 wide receivers I talked about, in Harrison and Rice, and you run him in the slot, that's what you're going to want to do if you want to power him up in terms of X Factor. I'm not a huge fan of X Factors except for the defensive line, and right there, bomb squad, of course, you're going to be able to do it and have the speed to do it. But his X Factor was pretty clutch. Now, basically what his X Factor is going to be, I think he has rack him up, which means that, when he's in that X Factor, he's pretty much going to win rack catches one-on-one. Right there, bro. That would have been a drop pass for most of the players that I had. This is all left stick right here, baby. That was all left stick. And then, as you can see, the juke at the end. Such a pleasure playing with this card. This was one of those cards where, in years past, I had to force myself to play the game to give you guys reviews. with this card, I had to force myself to stop playing with it to give you guys this review. Look at this right here. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, I got to a point with him where I was like, hey, he has a 5-yard radius. Screw it, dog. I'm throwing it. He can come down with it. And to be honest with you, that's what I want with an all-around card. Especially when I can get off of solos if I'm lucky enough. Or if I'm able to snipe his cards I'm able to get. Right there, possession catch on the sideline. He was money for that every time. Every time. And it's one of the things where I honestly felt like I could beat anybody. You know, there was a game where I played stiff. Madden champion. And Odell Beckham Jr. was a big part of my success there. That and a broken, you know, Marcus Allen card. But right here, my opponent ran a really good route to cover that. And as you can see, he had the speed down the sideline. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you can get this card, do your solos. Do those MUT Superstar solos to try to get him. You know, I was able to get him. If you can get him, the Gurley, Gilmore, you know, any one of those cards, I think you're in great shape. Hands down, you know, one of my favorite cards out right now. Obviously, if you can snipe your way to a Marvin Harrison, probably get him first. I gotta warn you, a lot of people are gonna try to come after him. If you do want to power him up, you gotta remember his power up card is kind of expensive. You also have to buy, you know, basically his base elite, but you can use one of the power passes to be able to get it. Do the level of grind. Anyway, it's been a super fun so far, you know, with the postponing / canceling that kind of stuff. Let me know in the comment section below what other players you want to see. You know, don't forget to like the videos, guys. That really helps. Subscribe if you're new. And in the comment section below, like I said, let me know what other receivers we should get. Should I power them up? Who do you want to see a review on? I want to do some regular core elites for you guys. But anyway, guys, as always, you know, take care of yourself and peace.